What's up, guys? My name's Arianna.
And I'm Maple.
And today we're watching Better Call Saul. We're on season 1, episode 9.
And don't forget to check us out on Patreon. We do full-length watch-alongs on there, but you can also get early access to future YouTube edits before they go live on the channel. And be sure to like and subscribe. Nothing like a good park bench.
Don't worry about that, right? Look down, look at the grass. Kick off your shoes, like this.
It's true. Ground yourself.
Feels good, right?
Except I have OCD, and I always think about how, like, well, if a dog went to the bathroom there, then if I touch my feet to the ground, then what if I get ringworm?
Maybe it's time we go in.
But then if I'm not grounded with the earth, then am I also messing up?
Get ready. You need to get ready.
I promise you, if the little sucker has fleas, I'll kick her butt myself.
Yeah, it's just dog.
Hey, it's good to have a dog around. Bad guys think twice about breaking into a house with a dog.
Yeah, I bet that one's gonna keep a lot of burglars away.
I mean,
Dude,
my
those little
dog,
dogs.
they bite worse than big dogs, in my
You
opinion.
can always
I've never been bit
keep
by a
her
big
over
dog.
at
I've been
my
bit by
place.
so many
Carrie
little
can
dogs.
Visit her anytime
Yeah.
she wants.
I know Autumn looks nice, but
Well, if you decide to keep her, I got a giant bag of puppies.
she can be nasty. I always say, nasty girl. That's what I say to her. Because she gets... Sometimes she's a little mean.
The dog can stay here.
Yay.
Got it.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, just a lead on a job opportunity.
Mr. Schweikert and his cohorts are attempting to keep me away from their victims, my clients. Yes, you're denying me access.
Not at all. And no one is denying Mr. McGill access to his clients. We're denying him access to the property.
It's semantics.
It's well within Sandpiper Crossing's rights. The building is private property.
Paid for by the residents.
But managed by licensed health aid professionals.
Okay, one at a time, gentlemen. You're denying him access on what grounds?
These assisted living residents have a daily routine that they're used to. And Mr. McGill, who is very loud and flamboyant, is a disturbance to these routines. Residents who want to see a lawyer, free to leave whenever they want.
To leave whenever they want. We're talking about elderly and infirm people here.
There's phone consultations, there's mail and messenger services, there's plenty of other ways to confer with clients. But for residents who don't want to be afflicted with Mr. McGill's presence, this becomes an issue of civil harassment.
I have enough here to let me rule on this restraining order.
Don't worry, Chuck. That's not smoke you smell. That's me. Your baby bro kicked some Schweikert ass today.
There was delivery while you were in court.
What is it?
They served interrogatories on each class representative. This box is deposition notices, documents calling into question the mental health of many of our elderly clients, attempting to stop the class from being certified on the grounds they're not competent to file. They're going to continue this document dump until we're drowning in paperwork.
We can deal with this. I mean, hey, it's just paperwork, right? It's no big deal. We can do this.
Jimmy, we need to talk.
Chuck?
I know you're not going to like what I have to say next, but facts are facts. A case this size, it is not a two-man job. We need help.
No, don't say...
Refer it out to HHM.
Damn it, Chuck, no. Come on. We don't need Hamlin or anyone else. I mean, hey, we can Aaron Brockovich the out of this case.
Erin Brockovich didn't do it alone. She and Ed Masry brought in heavy hitters from Los Angeles to get that case across the goal line. And that's what we need to do. And there's no shame in that.
This is our case.
Yes, it's ours, and the task ahead is monumental. Just how long do you think the residents of Sandpiper Crossing have?
Ooh, solid point.
True.
Referring this case to HHM is for the good of the client. That argument you won today against the restraining order, judge was never going to grant that. Schweikert is throwing softballs. This case will span years, and we don't have the capital to carry it forward by ourselves. We simply don't.
Hail Satan. I submit to the dark side. I'll call Kim and arrange a meeting.
All right. Good, Jimmy. Thank you.
Damn.
That sucks.
It does suck, but I mean, it makes complete sense. What? And his house has pocket doors? Is he gonna check his phone to see if he called?
I don't know what his intention is, but I think he is going to get his phone.
Yes, hello. No, it's me.
Damn.
Big old boy.
Yeah, for real. That man is sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Is this the place where we wait?
Think so.
He's got to like naturally weigh almost 300 pounds, if not over that, just by his height. Because he's not like too big. He's
No,
just
he's
stacked.
just a sturdy man.
Yeah. What are those pants?
What are those?
That's how I feel about them. Are they camo pants?
And a biker jacket with combat
So-
boots. So cool.
What did our guy tell you about the job?
Not much.
It's a protection job, civilian. Guys as green as they come, but we'll be in there to make sure things fly right.
Okay.
We've been doing this long. I just assume we're all heavy hitters. I mean, it makes sense. The vet recommends the best of the best. Dealing with some of these ethnic types, blood tends to run a little hotter. That's just science. Physiology.
That's what?
That's white supremacists.
Know what I'm saying?
Pimento sandwich.
Love pimento cheese.
No, I mean, what are you carrying? You know, a piece?
Pimento is a cheese. They call it the caviar of the South.
So you're saying you don't have a gun? Is that what you're saying? How are you here without a gun? You have a gun?
Yeah.
I got at least 2 guns on me that I'll tell you about. I go old school, the Wilson Combat 1911. I got a Glock 22 Gen 3. And those are just the ones I'll tell you about.
Yeah, are the other ones up your
He just keeps
What
talking.
the hell?
Kill you with my bare hands.
Mike doesn't need a gun. He'll snipe you with his mind.
Yeah. He's basically, you know.
He is the
Hi.
gun.
My name is Price. Actually, that's not my name. I have a nephew named Price. I've always kind of liked that name. Anyway, we're not dealing with names today. You can tell me or not tell me yours. If I need to talk to you, I'd prefer something other than, hey, you. Either way, you all come highly recommended, so thank you. First order of business, we have a long drive ahead of us. I have a cooler of water in the car, some soft drinks. I don't drink coffee, but there is a diner on the corner. Also a bathroom in there in case you need to go before we go. Second order, money. Just to be clear that the agreed upon fee of $500 per man is agreed upon.
How about you give me and Man Mountain $750 each and send Uncle Fester there home? He's not carrying a gun.
Is that true? You didn't bring a gun?
I didn't think I'd need one.
It's basic common sense that you need a gun to protect your employer. I mean, duh.
If I need a gun, I'll use one of his.
Really? One of my guns? How do you picture that happening exactly?
Well, I guess I'm gonna take it from you.
That is just special. Huh?
Ooh, can we get a demonstration?
Take one of my
Demonstration.
guns.
Come on, Mike.
Come on, Billy Jackoff.
I hate this man.
Take my gun.
I don't
from
hate
me.
him. He's obnoxious.
I'll make it easy for you.
You can make it not so easy.
Sure thing. You got it. Son of a... Oh.
Ooh.
That was the most satisfying throat
Let's
punch.
see what you got.
That's cute. What else?
That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, this is such a cute little gun.
Wow,
The one in his butt.
impressive. So many guns, I don't know which one to use. How about you? You want one?
he said, Mike's scary.
We need 3 guys.
No, we don't. Come on, let's go.
No, we don't. Just give me the 1,500. Call it a day.
And now that I'm doing the job alone, I get the full 1,500.
Oh my god.
He is fighting for his life back there.
Yeah, for real. I could not.
You got this. Is the suit okay? Is it too tight or too hot?
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah, well, you look good. Can't even tell.
Oh
what's
yeah, I
under
was like,
there.
the shoulder pads sound like
was a good
freaking
idea.
plastic.
If at any point it's too much, you're uncomfortable, we'll turn around and come home. You want maybe like a safe word?
How about get me the hell home?
That'll work. Okay.
Jimmy, just a sec.
Who's it?
I must have left my stupid phone on last night. It's dead.
Well, could you put it in the trunk?
Yeah.
Phone tub.
Okay. That everyone? They'll be here in 1 minute. Anyone still have a phone? Add it to the collection now.
Shut it down.
Okay, got it.
It's hard to tell if they are. I mean, that guy does suck, but like they seem to really like
Respect him.
him, yeah, regardless of.
How you doing? You doing all right? Yeah. Okay, great stuff. Walking in, Chuck. Here we go.
Oh.
Howard, you didn't need to do all this.
Oh, I couldn't have stopped them if I'd wanted to. Come on, let's get you upstairs.
Sure. Thank you. It's this. Brenda. Jose, you shaved.
To date, we have 68 very willing plaintiffs signed to the class action with the hopes of raising that number to 350 or more.
Many more, now that we know Sandpiper has facilities in 5 states.
Fraud, unfair and deceptive trade practices, and racketeering. No case is ever a slam dunk, but I feel as confident about this as anything that's ever come through our doors. Start putting together teams to travel out of state, talk to these residents.
See, if he was smart, well, I mean, not that small.
Kim, Daniel.
Saul
Take a
isn't
list of
smart.
times Jimmy signed. Introduce yourself as the face of HHM. Make them feel
I just
secure, confident.
Hey, Howard,
Think that
can we slow down a second and discuss terms, maybe?
this is the opportunity for him to ask for that job again and be like, look,
You, as the lawyer who brought this case to the firm, we could guarantee you, say, 20% of the common fund share of the final settlement.
That will work.
That's a few years down the road. As for money for you now, we don't do referral fees. HHM doesn't view that as ethical.
As we discussed.
But what we could do is arrange an of-counsel fee for the time that you've already put in. I think we could go as high as $20,000.
That, too, will work.
but it just sucks because they already have like a.
Cut you a check.
Oh, right here. And I'd like to use 312 as an office. It's right next to Chuck's.
I'm sorry?
312. Well, come on, guys. I'm going to need an office.
Oh, you're not working the case at all. You're done. Wow.
Howard?
When the room's clear. Chuck. Jimmy.
I don't know.
Jimmy, I'm just going to say it. You're not working here.
What are you talking about? You said this case is a slam dunk.
Yes. We don't want,
You. Just say it, bro.
the case is all we want.
I walk in here with a multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit on a damn platinum platter. A case that I found that I made happen, and you don't want me? Why in Christ not? What is it that you can't let go of? What slight did I make to your fine, upstanding character that you can't forgive?
A majority decision has been made by myself and the partners. All due respect to you, Chuck. We are not taking in any new associates into the firm.
Someone walks in with a case like this, you beg them to be partner.
I don't know what to say. I am very disappointed. I really think you should reconsider.
No, I think it's best if Jimmy takes the of-counsel fee. We could probably up it a bit. Keep in mind, he will be well compensated in the back end. It's easy money, Jimmy.
But you still know it's a punch to the ego, though.
Howard.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you my case. And I'm going to tell every one of those clients what a lying, miserable pig you are.
Okay, then. If that's your decision.
I don't have the spite in me with that much money coming, but I get it. Truly. He sucks. And it is BS.
Was wondering if you had a moment.
Sure, just give me a second.
He's definitely not typing anything.
What's up?
I wanted to talk about what happened today.
Things didn't work out. It was unfortunate. It was a good case, but things happen.
I'm just trying to understand why. Jimmy found that case. He built it, did all of the legwork. The class action doesn't exist without him. He deserves a seat at the table.
The partners have made a decision, and the why is not your concern.
I think it is my concern, because he's my friend. And the way I see it, you're not treating him fairly. I don't know what image you have of him, past or present, or whatever he did or said to you, but Jimmy is a good lawyer, and he works very hard.
Did your friend send you in here to say that?
No, you.
No. I'm saying it because I believe it.
Duly noted.
He sucks.
You know what I believe? I believe that you're way out of your depth in this matter.
And he wants to win. Reason to keep punishing you.
Come in here and tell me what I'm doing wrong. You are welcome to keep it to yourself.
Ew.
Because I don't care.
Okay.
He definitely tried to get with her and she said no.
I know. I feel like,
like that's definitely what
yeah.
happened. That type of spite, that much level of
Stop.
being an asshole, that's what happened there. Your ego's hurt somewhere.
I know he's like quiet petty, whereas Jimmy's more like loud petty.
Mm-hmm.
And then this poor chick, she just wants to succeed in her job. That's in a male-dominated like sector right now for her at her office. It
Must be
seems like
traffic.
it's her versus all of these men.
Yeah.
I wonder how this is supposed to work. Do I hand over the pills first, or do they give me the money and then I hand over the pills? I mean, I guess it makes sense if we just exchanged at the same time, right?
Probably.
What is he,
The less talk, the better.
Right.
Like a
I suppose
pharmacist?
I suppose you.
That's
can
what I'm
really
assuming.
overthink something like this.
Here is what is going to happen. You're going to take the money. You're going to count it. It's all there. You hand them the pills. Easy peasy.
What is it? Mystery van? Oh.
Oh, hello, sir.
Oh.
Do you have the money?
I know it's probably he's a very beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with the criminal. It's probably all there. I feel like that guy's.
Is it all there?
We're short $20.
Agreed amount or no deal.
You saying I intentionally shorted you?
No. Mistakes happen.
You're really willing to blow up this deal over $20?
Are you?
It's all there. 80 milligram pills, still factory sealed.
What is it?
Probably Oxy.
You can pay me now.
Oh. How did you know? How did you know not to bring a gun?
This 1,500, I'll just say, you're getting a bargain. I put in a lot of legwork before coming here. Now, that fella you just met with, name is Ignacio Vargas.
Ignacio
Runs with a connected crew of drug dealers. Now, his deal he's doing with you, he's doing outside his crew. He doesn't want his bosses to know. So it was in his best interest that things go very smoothly.
Wow.
The lesson is, if you're going to be a criminal, do your homework.
Wait, I'm not a bad guy.
No, I didn't say you're a bad guy. I said you're a criminal.
Two different things,
What's the
technically.
difference?
I've known good criminals and bad cops, bad priests, honorable thieves. You can be on one side of the law or the other.
Fair.
If you make a deal with somebody, you keep your word. You can go home today with your money and never do this again.
Good guy, good criminal.
Yours, and you sold it for a profit.
Yep.
You're now a criminal.
I can get more pills.
And I am sure that fellow will keep buying.
He has to be a pharmacist.
That's
or
what I would
something.
assume. Or work within like the factory or something. Ooh, I wonder what she's gonna say.
I know. Wait, what if she does come work with him ultimately?
That would be cool.
I must have called a dozen times.
Sorry, my phone died. One of the perks of living in Chuckland, nowhere to plug in. I've got gin, I've got tequila, I've got good Kentucky bourbon, and you may partake with me in any beverage of your choice on one condition. You have to listen to me rant about what an absolute unwashed asshole your boss is. He'd rather tank a multi-million-dollar case than work with me. That's sick. He has a sickness. He hates me that much? I hate him more. What you drinking?
Jimmy.
Yeah, I want to grab him by that stupid knit tie of his and swing him around.
Jimmy.
Ham Lindigo blue. How about Ham Lindigo blow me?
Jimmy! I think you should take the deal. I think you should slow down and think about it.
I mean, there's plenty of cases,
Because-
Yeah.
And if he
Taking the
gets
deal
that
really
money,
is the best thing for you. You'll find yourself a proper office, your office. You'll build your practice. You'll leave Hamlin and HHM behind. Be your own man. And I know you want to stay with the case, but you'll get all the financial reward without the risk.
Peddling that horse on me? God, you? You sure know where your bread is buttered, huh? You don't want to go up against
What
the
did he
boss. Is
tell
that it?
her?
You're like a damn pod person.
Because clearly there's something else going on.
Tell me he didn't buy you off cheap. Did he promise you the office I asked for? Or did he just swear never to move you back downstairs?
Take the deal.
it's something with between. They have like a triangle happening. I feel like.
Or I wonder if Chuck said a long time ago, I never want Jimmy working for this company, and he does. And Hamlin said he'd be the one to fall on the grenade. I wonder if that has something to do with it too. It's Laird. I don't know.
No, I don't know either. Dude, I need to get.
Or was that the phone call Chuck made that night?
Yeah, letting him know, like, oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna come in and offer this case to you, but he's gonna try to tell him no, give him this deal.
Yeah.
Which is also equally fucked up, because then it really comes down to him.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, when did you come in?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know things didn't go well for us yesterday, but boy, being back in the office sure felt good. Jimmy, are you all right?
Well, I didn't sleep last night, so I was doing some soul searching, and I came to a decision. I'm going to take that deal.
Okay.
You're sure?
Kim talked to me. I got pretty nasty. I'm not proud, but thinking about what she said, I'd be a fool to pass up that money. And I have zero interest in working with Howard, so it's probably best that we keep to our separate sandboxes.
I'll keep on Howard. Maybe I can gradually wear him down, get him to come around.
That's, wow. I'm so lucky to have you looking out for me.
Oh, he knows something.
I'm not promising anything.
I get it. It's a long shot. Hey, maybe there is a way that you could get Howard to change his mind.
How?
Quit.
Jimmy, no.
It's perfect.
We've already been through all of this, all the reasons I'm never going to leave HHM.
No, but you don't have to really quit, okay? You just threaten to quit.
Jimmy,
if that's what you want, us working together, but you can make it happen easily. I mean, hey, that reception you got yesterday at HHM, how about that, right? Now, you threatened to pull out, Hamlin would be insane to screw with you. You've got the nuclear option. Launch the doomsday device. Game over. If working with me is what you really want.
He knows
Right,
something.
Chuck?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what
You called him.
Ugh.
You called Hamlin.
Got it right. Got it
I
right.
always turn my phone off before I put it in your mailbox. 2 nights ago, it was left on, battery drained. And I was so damn sure that I turned it off, because I always do. It's a habit, right? So it was nagging me. So I called the phone company. Turns out there was a deleted call at 2 a.m. And you know whose number? Hamlin's. The only person who could have made that call and deleted it is you, Chuck. Phone must have felt like a blowtorch in your ear. All that electricity, all those radio waves right up against the side of your head. What was so important that you had to call Howard before our meeting? You told him not to hire me. Right back to when I passed
Oh my
the
God, so it was a
management
mixture of the
joint
both.
for
He's
you.
been laying on that grenade for him.
Speak up.
Wow.
Tell me why.
He just doesn't trust you. Yeah, he just doesn't trust you.
What?
You're not a real lawyer.
Wow.
University of American Samoa, for Christ's sake, an online course? What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
There's some resentment there.
Slide into it like a cheap pair of slippers and then reap all the rewards?
I thought you were proud of me.
I was.
No, you
When
weren't.
you straightened out and got a job in the mailroom, I was very proud.
So that's it then, right? Keep
As long as
old
he's-
Jimmy down in the
yep,
mailroom.
as long as he's in his
He's
shadow.
not good enough to be a lawyer.
I know what you were, what you are. People don't change. You're Slippin' Jimmy. And Slippin' Jimmy I can handle just fine, but Slippin' Jimmy with a law degree is like a chimp with a machine gun. The law is sacred.
I got you a 20-pound bag of ice and some bacon and some eggs and a couple of those steaks that you like. Some fuel canisters. It's enough for 3 or 4 days. After that, you're on your own.
I mean, he's literally been catering to your delusions for how was it, like 2 years almost or something? So to sit and say it like that and not even try to give him the benefit of the doubt, like, I mean, it feels very conceited. It feels very pompous.
Yeah. Or it's like, who knows? Like, maybe if they had catered to the side of him that's willing to get work done and, like, kept his hands busier in, like, good work.
Yeah.
Then he may have never ended up where... That's why I was like, it's literally like his Joker origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's literally, like, Joker.
Yeah, no, that was a good review. And I, like, kind of felt, because I was like, because when that's why, like, while he was like telling Kim off, I was like, ew, what's that? That's gross. But then the look of like defeat he almost felt after he had to tell Kim off, I was like, something else is going on there.
Yeah, that's why
And-
I'm like, who is it actually? And yes, it makes sense that it would
Yeah.
actually be Chuck. And I think that's why Chuck like gets better the farther Jimmy gets away from his law, you know?
Yeah.
Like where he operates. The farther that Jimmy's away from that, the better his condition. Like he's like, oh, I'm going outside now, you know, like doing all these things because Jimmy's taking work. He's doing the work that he told him to do over there. Like he's keeping him busy over there. Like, oh, take good, you know, just do the work at the courthouse. Take those smaller claims and just do the representation there. Go do your own thing. Just do your own thing.
I see what you're saying. I just don't know if that would be a thing because when he was doing that, he was so like he wasn't going outside at all. So I do think he is realizing like, oh, maybe this is like he's able to break away from his fixed delusion a little bit more to like go outside of that. But I do think that Jimmy being close to his thing is more of a motivator for him to do things because he doesn't want him involved in the thing.
Yeah.
Literally, like kind of the way he even says it when he's on the phone. He's like, it must have felt like a blow towards your ear, but it was so important that you tell him not to hire me.
Yeah.
But then that's really...
Especially since I've seen how awful that is for you over the last 2 years. Like you literally ended up in the hospital, like had me advocating for you.
Yes.
Like having, and that but you somehow were able
Fuel
to
canisters. Yes.
like make that phone call.
He's bringing fuel canisters. He's got ice, bacon. He's been doing this. And keep in mind, ice keeps in a cooler, for a really good cooler, maybe 2 days. To where everything's not liquid, maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
And he's doing that. So he's been doing this for you, every other day for 2 years?
For 2 years.
And that's what you say to him and right to his face?
Yeah.
Because you hold the law also up and you don't think he's good enough to do the law.
Yeah.
I
Also,
understand taking pride in your work, but that's still BS. He did pass the bar, period, point blank. The man passed the bar.
Also, somebody was saying that they were like, oh, it was subtle that like you can tell that he wasn't happy.
Yes.
But I was like, no, it's very obvious because if Jimmy had to ask, well, aren't you happy for me?
Yeah.
The minute you have to ask, well, aren't you happy for me?
Aren't you proud?
If they're not saying it, then no, but like
No.
they're not. Like I think it's very obvious. And
The lack of response.
and well, and if it wasn't obvious to people, I guess now he really says it. Like
Yeah.
it's like giving a monkey a machine gun.
That was so hurtful.
I know.
Coming
like
from your sibling.
slipping Jimmy with
And
a
I'm
law
assuming,
degree.
oh yeah.
Also, just to shit on somebody for the way that they obtained their degree is just kind of
Still did it. It's accredited.
I know, which is so probably like different now for like my age range to yours too.
Oh,
Like, for us,
100%.
that's something we can probably relate on because like school is just so now. Like
It's so expensive no matter what. It really doesn't matter.
It
You go to
doesn't
a
matter.
You go to
Fucking
a small state
yeah.
school, as long as it's accredited, you're still going
you're still
50K into debt easily
Yeah.
unless you're getting a surplus of scholarships and grants. But
yeah, like you could pay for an online degree and you're still going to be paying like $100,000
exactly by the end of it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even
And doing it all by yourself.
So this time period, would say the pedigree is better because the more it costs, the better the education. Right now, it all
but
just costs
education's
so much.
in the toilet. It doesn't matter. So like watching this now with that
It's, like,
perspective,
extra
it's like
offensive.
it's like okay, like sorry, I didn't want to spend $500,000 to get paid 20 by the time I graduate,
right?
And not even get the job that I was promised at the start of all this schooling 10 years ago,
Right.
And somehow
Still
still
paying
study
on it.
yeah, and still paying. But
So again, that was a little bit of a tangent, but you
no,
know,
but it's so
still,
true. It's so
offensive.
fucked. It is, but it's interesting to have it brought up, and I mean, even outside of the context of their relationship, it is
Mhm.
like something that's very discouraging already,
right?
And like even I'm sure there are people who even still feel like that. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I still think. I mean, there's a lot of value placed on it because someplace you are getting a better education. It is that, but also though, at the end of the day, the boy, like, yeah, it took him 3 tries, but he still passed the bar. He is still able
He's
to
a lawyer.
legally practice law, so he is a lawyer.
He is
So
a lawyer. So to
what you're-
straight up say like you're not a
just
lawyer
because you don't feel he got his degree because he took shortcuts and you did. Don't get me wrong either. It is very frustrating to watch somebody excel in a position who hasn't put in as much work as you have. But at the end of the day, Jimmy's not excelling. He's getting shit on every which way.
he goes.
So
like it
it's
doesn't
not
matter.
like, so yes,
Like,
he did take a shortcut, but he's still not making money.
and he's taking care of you.
Yes.
Imagine how much time if
exactly.
he took that if Jimmy took all that time that he's been wasting on your little fake condition that you have because you can't handle a wavelength outside of the normal natural rhythm of the earth, bro, then that's not his problem. Like, if he took that amount of time that he spends bringing you ice cubes and gas,
go off, queen, preach,
grounding himself outside your house, maybe he could be working and like doing some things to help himself rather than wasting his time on somebody who doesn't even believe in him.
That at the root of the day, it's the betrayal for me. Exactly.
He tried to change. He tried to change,
and you're still just on him.
And partially why he did it was so that way all he's asked now is he wants you to be proud of him, and the times and the fact that Chuck is supposed to be as smart as he is, and he does, and he can't see that's crazy.
Or he just doesn't trust him. Maybe the trust has been broken too many times. No, and that's the thing.
It's like he's so blinded by who he thinks like Jimmy was. And like, yes, does Jimmy still have his tricks in his pocket? Everyone has their little tricks in their pocket. Like, Chuck is doing it too. Like, he's no different going out there making calls and deleting.
He's just doing it in a suit. He's just doing it in a nicer suit. That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
like and it's
call a spade a spade.
Yeah, and having Mike have that conversation, basically saying like, it's like you can be a good guy and be a good criminal, good guy, bad criminal, bad guy, good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's are you neutral? Are you chaotic? Are you chaotic neutral? Like, what class are you? What's going on? Like,
but it also, at the end of the day, it's like you're shoving him into this box, which isn't fair because, he was doing stuff. But also at the end of the day, Slip and Ginny, he's out trying to sue people. He's out to get a quick buck. We get it. Fast money. You see him as lazy, whatever. I see it as skillful.
I mean, like,
it's skillful. And I'm sorry that it hurts that he busted his and did what, like, you busted your into that, but he was doing those things. At the end of the day, he's still doing all this stuff for you now. So let it go. And that's the frustrating
just
part.
Because he found a more efficient way to do it. Like,
I'm not saying there's good in being a criminal, but at the end, but again, he was
at least in terms of getting,
he wasn't knocking people. Like,
I mean, even just in terms of getting his degree, like, it's not criminal to do an online, like, through a school that was giving you a good deal and all the same education, and like you were able to just buckle down and do it just because you didn't go to some fancy like accredited university.
But he did. It was accredited though.
I know, but I'm saying like it's not
an
like,
Ivy.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't go to Harvard. Like,
Harvard Law.
Yeah, like, my bad. Like, I did do it online. Some people don't even go to college to become a lawyer. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You can work at a law office, and if you work under somebody, you have to do so much. You still have to pass the tests and everything, but you don't even have to pay for school. Like, you can literally just work along. That's how Kim Kardashian, I think, got her. That's how she became a lawyer. She just worked through a law firm.
I hate the law, so.
No, and then they just teach you. They just teach you the law as you're working with them, and then you just take your tests at checkpoints and everything, and then if you pass, because ultimately what you're learning is how to pass the bar.
Yeah. And never mind. We could talk about this all day. I know too many lawyers.
But I mean, I mean, and I have lawyers in my family too, and like they've worked. For
sure.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, no matter how you paint it. And just because you're not putting a fancy name to it, it's just really messed up. It's so heartbreaking to hear that from your sibling too. Probably the last two that they
catering
have.
To.
Yeah, you've been catering, but you've been taking care of
and believing. Like, and like Chuck didn't give Jimmy any credit to the fact that like he. Despite the doctor even doing that thing where she turned the bed on and is like, it's not real, dude. Like,
he was ride or die for him.
He still like did not ever make Chuck feel like he was like less than or wrong, delusional,
which he is.
Like, he's only just encouraged like healing and like the best for him, and like he's not getting it back. But it's just kind of crazy because it's like. It's also maybe like simultaneously true. Like, there is kind of some truth to what he's saying, right? But it's like, it's so layered because it's like, is it situational that's making him? Because I feel like that's learned. Like, Jimmy learned, he's learned that that's how he survives. And so he moves differently and is more strategic and is willing to like manipulate the rules and like bend situations to his favor,
right,
in order to survive, because it's like he needs the money to survive. He wants But he also needs the validation, and I think he thinks
Even
that
crazier is like, what is a lawyer besides that?
yeah.
What is a lawyer besides taking the law, finding the best loophole, and everything else to get if especially criminal, like this is obviously I don't know if this is criminal law or not. I mean it's a bunch of other stuff.
Well,
but
I mean
like,
that's technically what he was doing with the smaller jobs is that he's like
Yeah,
defending
and
like criminals and like
that's all, but that's exactly what it is. And so again, it's like Jimmy is doing what you do. You just feel better about it because you have a suit and the fancy degree, and that's gross.
yeah, and in like a law firm, and
Yeah.
you're on a table with partners and like blah blah blah.
Yeah. Sounds like a little bit of jealousy, honestly. At the end of the day, I think that's what it's come down to. It's like I bust my ass, commit my life, and then you go and do it. So you also get to do that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there's
because
some family dynamics in there that are probably running deep too somewhere.
Yeah, and like I guess like have we really seen like any flashbacks of him of the brothers together
besides when he's been bailing Jimmy out? Nope.
Yeah. Because what was he doing at that time? What was Chuck doing at that time, and like what were his struggles at that time, and would he have felt resentment towards Jimmy because did he need Jimmy to show up at some point in time and he didn't, and maybe that's
Totally
why
possible.
Jimmy feels obligated to show up for him now and like not question his condition and blah 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 all
Right.
this stuff. So then he's like trying to make up something
Yeah.
to Chuck, and maybe that's partially why Jimmy feels like slightly ups. He could feel, I mean, he's not really, other than being like I'm not doing this anymore, like but like he could kind of be lashing out a little bit towards the company and other people who aren't like necessarily giving him what he wants, because I think he's looking for forgiveness.
Yeah.
And so,
maybe
everything he's doing is like he's trying to do it for forgiveness, and by his brother not saying he's proud of him, and then all this other stuff, and then he's like trying to be there and like take care of his condition. Maybe he's trying to ask for forgiveness in a bunch of ways, and then he's feeling like he's not getting that.
Yeah.
Like he's not being forgiven, and like anytime he tries to then make a step forward for himself simultaneously while doing what he thinks everybody else wants him to be doing, he feels slighted by that.
Yeah.
But then it kind of reverts him back into that old feeling, so he's keeping himself in like a cycle of abuse. When Kim is probably right that like he should just take the deal, go be his own man, go do your own thing, like just be you. But I think it's worth, like, somebody should be telling him, like, why do you think there's so many lawyers? Like, there's so many cases, there's so many people who need representation. Like this is a big case, but it may not ever be your biggest.
Right.
Like, if you take the money and then invest that into yourself, and I think he's just too caught up in his pattern and his cycle.
And he wants to be told good job by the people he cares about most. And that's
like
what HM is to him.
Yeah, I think he's so set out on being validated by his current group of people that he's not willing to like move away from that.
Yeah.
Because he so badly wants them to be like, you did it. We're so proud of you. Yay. Like he mentioned like getting, Chuck gets the applause when he walks in and like
they love you.
They
over there.
love you over there.
You could have easily.
And he wants that like validation. I think Jimmy is the most like childlike in essence of all of the characters that we've seen. He reminds me a lot of like when I look at him, you could think of him like a kid kind of.
Right.
Like he has a very childlike essence to his, obviously he's an adult, but like when you think of him just in terms of like his psychology,
even just the way he lashes out is, it's like you said, is like he's loud petty.
He's loud petty, like he's throwing a tantrum, he's gonna retaliate when you try to put him in timeout or don't give him what he wants, and then like you've got the other guy who's just like it's in him and he's just gonna be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like he's like pretentious, petty, like quiet.
Yeah.
So
I think I think that's it, man.
And then Chuck is like non-confrontational petty.
He can't be the bad guy. That's also the thing, because he knew, like, he wants to say no to Jimmy. Like, he did say no to Jimmy, but he can't say it to his face.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be the one to say it.
He can't be the one to say it.
And maybe that's where he feels incompetent as a lawyer, is apparently he's the one that can't say it with his chest.
He can't say it with his whole chest?
Yeah.
Well, oof. Well, guys.
Yeah. In an intense season, man. Like, we got one more episode, so. All right.
Thanks for watching with us, guys.
Bye.
See you in the next one.